September 11th, 2001, a day that would forever be etched in the annals of American history. A day that started like any other, with millions of people beginning their routines, completely unaware of the unimaginable horror that was about to unfold. On this fateful day, a series of 4 coordinated terrorist attacks were launched against the United States by the militant group Al-Qaeda. These attacks were not random acts of violence, but meticulously planned operations aimed at striking the very heart of America's power and prestige. The first 2 attacks targeted the iconic Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in New York City. These towering symbols of America's financial strength were reduced to smoldering ruins as 2 hijacked commercial airliners were flown directly into them. The images of those burning towers, enveloped in smoke and flame, would become a haunting symbol of this tragic day. Meanwhile, a 3rd attack was unfolding at the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia. The headquarters of the United States Department of Defense, a symbol of America's military might, was also targeted. A 3rd hijacked airliner crashed into the western side of the Pentagon, causing a massive explosion and resulting in further loss of life. Finally, there was the failed attack on either the White House or the US Capitol. Brave passengers on United Airlines Flight 93, having learned of the other attacks, staged a revolt against the hijackers. In the ensuing struggle, the plane crashed into a field in Pennsylvania, thus averting further devastation in the nation's capital. In less than 2 hours, these 4 attacks claimed the lives of nearly 3,000 people. The world watched, horrified, as the towers fell, a symbol of America's might reduced to rubble in a matter of hours. But while the buildings collapsed, the spirit of America did not. This was the day of infamy, a day that would forever change America and the world at large. In the wake of the destruction, stories of courage and heroism emerged. Amidst the chaos and rubble of that fateful September day, nearly 3,000 souls were lost. Ordinary individuals, each with their own dreams, hopes and families, were suddenly and tragically taken from us. These included fathers and mothers, sons and daughters, friends and colleagues. Among them were brave members of our law enforcement, firefighters and other first responders who, in the face of danger, didn't waver. Let us take a moment to remember the firefighters. As many fled the burning towers, these brave men and women rushed towards them. Their selfless dedication to their duty, their willingness to put their lives on the line, is a testament to their courage and heroism. They climbed the stairwells, disappearing into the smoke and flames, to help evacuate as many people as they could. Many of them never returned. And then there were the passengers on Flight 93. Faced with the unimaginable, they chose to fight. They displayed extraordinary courage, staging a revolt against the hijackers, preventing the aircraft from reaching its intended target. In their sacrifice, they saved countless lives, becoming beacons of resistance and resilience. Among the victims were also office workers, tourists, restaurant staff and maintenance crews. People from all walks of life, hailing from more than 90 countries, their lives intertwined in a tragic moment of history, each one a story of loss, but also of love, of life lived, of dreams unfulfilled. These are the faces and the stories behind the statistics. They remind us that in the heart of every victim was a life that mattered, a story worth telling. They were individuals who loved, were loved, and are still missed today. They are not mere numbers, but people, each with their own legacy. In the face of terror, ordinary people became extraordinary heroes. Their stories of bravery and sacrifice continue to inspire us, reminding us of the strength of the human spirit and the power of unity in times of crisis. The attacks of 9/11 galvanized the nation and the world. In the immediate aftermath, a collective gasp echoed across the globe. America, the land of the free, home of the brave, had been attacked on its own soil. The response was swift and decisive. The United States airspace, as we know it, ceased to exist. For the first time in history, an unprecedented ground stop was ordered, halting over 3,000 commercial flights. A network of air traffic controllers, pilots and flight attendants worked together in a symphony of coordination to bring every airborne plane to a safe